Hi there, this is Mrs. Bridges, your college and career counselor. Today we will be reviewing how to research scholarships and give you a little bit of an overview regarding financial aid. First of all, as we know, tuition continues to increase every year. So your cost of tuition at a four-year institution or two-year institution will increase your sophomore year and again your junior year and senior year unless that college is on a tuition freeze. So please expect to pay more for your tuition each year that you are in college. As we know, we want everyone to work smarter, not harder. So some things we want you to be aware of is that each institution has something called a net price calculator. This means that you and your family can go to a website. So as an example, this is Virginia Tech. You can go to their financial aid website. I really want you to pay attention to what their fees are. So as you see tuition and fees, this is the cost of your classes. All right, room and board is your lodging and your basic meal plan for a total of in-state cost. Please be mindful of additional fees depending on your major. There is also technology fees as well as the costs of books, which could range anywhere from $1,000 for that school year or more. Of course, we encourage you to purchase used books or rent books if you choose. Please notice that every college has their own area for scholarships. So each institution will tell you how they do handle their scholarships at their institution. It's really important that you are mindful of this. There are colleges that do not offer any scholarships for merit, and merit is based on your grades. And there are some colleges that do offer scholarships based on your grades. So, an example, Virginia Tech, when you apply to the college, you'll get a guest account, and that is when you have access to their scholarship portal. You complete one scholarship application and check off any scholarships that you want to be considered for. Other schools, so just as an example, VCU, when you apply to that college, you do not need to fill out any other scholarship applications for that college. You simply just apply to that school by November 15th, their early application deadline, to be considered. Please be mindful that some schools they will require an SAT score. And then there are schools that do not have any other scholarships for you to apply to. They don't offer merit-based scholarships such as UVA. UVA does have one full ride scholarship called the Jefferson Scholarship, which we have not had anybody here at Battlefield ever be awarded that particular scholarship. It is an incredibly competitive process. While we do nominate one person every year, we just have not seen that. So please be mindful of scholarships available at the college level. That is where you might see some of those larger scholarship funds be awarded to you. You don't find out your scholarship aid until you get your award letter from the college, and that's typically in the spring of your senior year. So that would be somewhere between February and April. I really encourage students to wait until you get your award letters for all of your institutions to see who's showing up with what money. So as you'll see down here, this is Virginia Tech's net price calculator. You go to this website. Another way that you could do this is if you're on a school's website, you can't find it, go to the search box and just type in net price calculator. And it'll pull up one of the search fields for you, and it'll take you to that spot. So every college is required to have a net price calculator. It's required by the federal government. Alrighty. So there's a couple different things that come to mind when we think about scholarships and financial aid. The FAFSA. The FAFSA is a free government application. The FAFSA is not free money. You could be awarded one of two things, only student loans. Every student qualifies for $5,500 student loan for their freshman year of college. That's $5,500 for a whole school year. That's not enough to pay for college. Um, that is a student loan, so that accrues interest and you have to pay that back. Some students will qualify for grants, which is free money from the government based on your family income. That is based on need, so financial need. The other government application, well, it's not a government application, it's completed through the College Board. It's called the CSS Profile. Private schools and some schools such as William and Mary and UVA will take the CSS profile because it shows the college a more in-depth look of your family's financial situation to help that institution determine what aid they can provide you. Of course, there are scholarships. There are so many ways to look up scholarships and receive scholarships. There's community scholarships. Here locally, there are college-based scholarships as well as scholarships at possibly your family's, your parents or guardians' place of employment. Also, local businesses like Comcast, or the place where you might work. And then merit-based scholarships, which we briefly talked about through colleges. So opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. We have this conversation all the time about scholarships taking up so much time. I would like to encourage you all to consider scholarship applications when you're filling them out basically as a job. We recommend that you carve out an hour or two a week and you have a pile of essays that maybe you've written throughout the years in high school or even recently for college that you can pull from. And we want you to research scholarships and apply. Have a goal of applying to two a week or a larger goal based on your own situation. With scholarships, there are a couple things that could happen. When you apply to a scholarship, you could never hear anything back. You could earn the award or you could be denied the award. And that's what's so frustrating is every organization, every company, every person who has a scholarship that they're offering to students will handle it a little differently. This also means that you'll turn in your scholarship applications to different places. It's really important that you follow the directions of where to turn in your application and your essay. Some aid terms that come up, of course, there's the FAFSA. It's a free application. You never pay money to fill this out. EFC. This is a term that comes up once you complete the FAFSA. Your family gets an EFC, expected family contribution. It's a calculation done by the government where the government says this is the expected money that they anticipate your family being able to afford to pay for college that school year. It is typically an outrageous number and not something that most people can afford, but it's just a mathematical equation, and that's what that number is at the end of your FAFSA. In the springtime, you get your award letters. This shows you your personal cost to attend that institution. They will list any institutional scholarships that they are awarding you, any federal grants that you might have been awarded based on your FAFSA, any federal loans based on your FAFSA. That's loans you have to repay. Or work study, and that's when you might have agreed to take a position to work on campus, earn some money while you're there, and then it will end up with your cost to attend. And then, of course, institutional scholarships. These are offered at the college level. One important thing to look out for is when you get that award letter and you see a scholarship, you want to see, well, does this scholarship renew? Or is this a one-time scholarship maybe to get me in the door? But that means my sophomore year might be much more expensive. Remember, tuition goes up every year. And additionally, if you don't have that scholarship, that cost out of pocket is going to be significant. Those are monies every year that you and your family have to pay for through loans, cash, or other means of scholarships or ways that you have planned. It's very important to have a very open family conversation of what all of this means for you and your family. Whether you are getting a student loan, whether you are having a loan that your family needs to co-sign on, what that might mean for your family's budget and for your parents' retirement planning as far as their time frame. This is a very important family conversation. So, of course, these are some pro tips. Never pay to complete a scholarship application. The only one that costs money is the CSS profile through College Board. I think it's $25. Um, Otherwise, you do not pay for scholarship applications. You will also never put your social security number on a scholarship application. The only place you put your social security number is the FAFSA or the CSS profile. Alrighty, we talked about a few different kinds of scholarships. This is just a visual for you. Remember, merit-based scholarships going to be based on your grades, your performance in school, and your GPA. Needs-based scholarship is going to be determined by the government. There's nothing that you can do to change your financial demonstrated need. That's going to be determined through the FAFSA. If your financial situation has changed this year from the year that you did the FAFSA, that would be you and your family contacting the financial aid office of the institution of the college. They typically will have you fill out an oddity financial form, just indicating what has changed, possibly providing some W-2s. Okay, community-based scholarships. Guys, you guys are going to find these scholarships in Naviance Student in the database that we have of any scholarships that we hear from our community clubs and organizations. Also contact your parent employer, your own employer. Wegmans has a fantastic scholarship every year for seniors who've worked there for a year. Of course, college databases. Every school has either a database or a means for you to apply. So there's a certain way that you would apply for scholarships or be considered, whether that's simply applying to the institution or filling out a scholarship application at that college. So the scholarship application, like we talked about, is a little bit, can be a little bit frustrating. Of course, you're going to apply to college. And apply after you apply to college, you're really focusing on getting those scholarship applications completed. It could include an essay, a transcript, documentation from your FAFSA showing that you have a financial need. You might need a letter of recommendation or your test scores from College Board or ACT. Remember, we do not charge for a transcript for scholarships, so you can either print an unofficial transcript from your student view, or if you need an official transcript for your scholarship application, you simply ask the counseling secretary assistance, and the secretaries will be able to get a copy ready for you by the end of the day or the next school day in the student pickup area, which is behind the secretary's desk, so just check in with them. So then you will get a response from these applications. So this could be a letter or an email. There could be no reply at all, or you could get an invitation to a ceremony. Some organizations, they like to have a ceremony where they invite you and your family. So it's important to be sure that you're responding and checking your email. Another pro tip is to have an email account only for scholarships. This will help you from getting any spam emails or filling up your inbox with irrelevant information so that you can keep your account separate. So creating maybe a Gmail or a Yahoo account that you only use for scholarship applications could be a way to help you be organized. And then if you are awarded a scholarship, that money is typically sent to the institution that you choose to attend. So if you win an award, but you don't know where you're attending yet, that organization will typically hold on to the money until you know where you're going to attend, and then they send the money to the college in your name with your student ID number at that college. The money is then deposited into your student account. There are some scholarships that will write you a check. That's not as common. Please be sure to send a thank you note to any organization to which that you receive an award. Of course, we know that there are so many areas that might come into play when you're thinking about scholarships and what criteria they might be using to assess the way that they want to give out their funds. So we see, obviously, with a lot of ROTC scholarships, there's leadership, service, volunteer work, citizenship, a lot of those criteria, as well as your GPA involved. While other scholarships, they might want you to submit an essay or possibly a piece of work, maybe a video of a professional dance, or your an art portfolio or a writing sample. The type of criteria that they will want from you really depends on the application and the institution or organization that's providing the funds. So if I have a Miss Bridges scholarship, I'm going to come up with my own criteria, and it might be that I want you to draw a picture of what kindness looks like to you, or what does mental health look like to you in the world that we live in today. And then I would have my scholarship panel assess and choose the top one based on that criteria. So that's just simply an example that every organization or scholarship opportunity could have their own criteria. Okay, so now we're going to look into how in the world do I find these scholarships. Logging into Naviance Student is the first place for you to go. So what we're going to do, I think I have myself logged in. Alright, I've logged into Naviance Student through the Battlefield homepage. Under Students in the top right corner, I entered my student number and my password, which you've probably reset. If you have not reset your password, it is your student number, and then your birthday is your password, 2-digit month, 2-digit day, 4-digit year. You will have a red bar show up indicating that you need to check your email for the reset code. Your reset code is actually going to be in your Prince William County email account. So you're going to log into your Office 365. Another way to log in Naviance is to click on the login through Clever next to the login screen, where you will simply log in with your Office 365 login. I can show you what that looks like real quick. Here you would say login through Clever. So I'm going to log back in as myself. Alright, when we're in Naviance Student, we're going to go to the Colleges tab at the top, and Scholarships and Money, Scholarship List. Alright, Colleges tab, Scholarships and Money, Scholarship List. These are all of the scholarships that we hear about at Battlefield. This could be a local organization. This also could be something that was emailed to us that we posted in here so that you are aware. The first time you go in here, it's going to take you some time. We're going to ask you to go through, see what scholarships you might qualify for based on the criteria that they're asking. Okay, so you might say, oh, I want to be considered, I want to apply for the Dominion Women's Club scholarships. I'm going to check that one because I need to get back to that. And maybe the Fauquier Community Theater scholarship. So I'm going to scroll to the top. I'm going to add these scholarships to my list so that I can remember. I'm going to go back and work on those. It's important that when you click on the scholarship, it's going to look different for each one of these. They're going to tell you what is the criteria. So the Dominion Women's Scholarship, it's a $1,000 scholarship awarded to one graduating senior woman who has a demonstrated experience in community service, leadership, and scholarship. So an excellence focus in that, and then that person needs to write an essay. So I'm going to follow those directions. Attached here is the application form. And I know exactly, it says here I needed to put it in an envelope and give it to Miss Bridges in the Counseling Center. So this particular one is due by April 20th to the Counseling Center here at Battlefield. While another one, this Fauquier Community Theater performance, that one looks like I should go onto their website, read about it. Maybe I apply online. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to follow these directions. So it's important that I read exactly what's needed and I apply in that regard. So this is a great place to start because these are scholarships that are local or an organization that we've heard of. So let's click on the Naviance Student Corner logo, top left corner, bring us back to the home screen. I want to show you my favorite websites for scholarship searching. So we're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. You're going to see the links. It says view all from my school. You can click that to see more. Scholarship sharing database is one of my favorites. It's very organized and there's a database. Students can start applying to scholarships as early as kindergarten. So I'm going to click on the scholarship database here at the top. And then I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to show you how organized this is. All right, so we have academic scholarships based on age, grade level, um, academic experience. Remember, you're going to be applying to scholarships throughout your college experience. So we have undergraduate scholarships when you're in college. If I'm going to a trade or technical school, if I'm an athlete in the Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, study abroad, whatever interesting opportunity that might identify myself as, I'm going to look into those. So minority scholarships, family-based scholarships, military and first responders, and then scholarships based on major. So say I'm interested in becoming a nurse or a dentist, or I want to go into business, finance, accounting. When you click on this scholarship, it's going to download into a Word document. Those scholarships lists can sometimes be very long. And what I recommend is you create another Word document where you're going to copy and paste the ones you want to apply to. So you simply have your to-do list. So I clicked on the business and finance accounting one. That's going to open up into a Word document. And I'm going to take some time. I might have to go through and read all of these to see which one might be a good fit for me. You could also Control F and search by a particular word. As you'll see, there is 21 pages of scholarships in here. So this is a fantastic resource. I'm going to go back to Naviance. ECMC scholarships, this is a safe database through the state of Virginia. A lot of the Spark scholarships are now partnered in the My Kaleidoscope, which is this website. You're going to fill out your information, put in what high school, and then you will have access to those scholarships to apply to. And then there's several others. So I'd encourage you to go through this list. So we hit on scholarship sharing database. College Board has the opportunities scholarships. All right, so I simply Googled College Board opportunities scholarships. These are scholarships that you can be considered for just taking action. All right, so our senior class this year is the first class to be able to qualify for these scholarships, and College Board will continue to do this. So as you are getting these tasks completed, you're simply going to log into your College Board account and indicate that you've done these tasks. Your name is then put into a drawing, and they will draw students' names to earn the $500, $1,000, $2,500, 1,000, all these different scholarships. If you complete all 6 steps, then you're put into the large drawing for the $40,000 scholarship. So please be mindful of this as you are going through the college application process. These are things that you've already completed, so it's important to go in and mark that you've done them. There are deadlines for each one of these steps, so it's important to be mindful of that. So check out College Board as well, College Board Opportunities Scholarships. At this time, I will turn it back over to your teacher. You will either be able to do some further research, of course, share this information at home, and continue the conversation. Again, this is Miss Bridges, your college and career counselor. Please come see me or email me if there's anything I can do to assist you. Have a great day.